I know!
As the executive officer of the unit, so got a little credibility behind me here. But yeah, first I'd like to just thank everybody. It was really a surprise for you guys when I got the call to ask if I could even make it. So I really appreciate you guys thinking about me, even though I moved states away and haven't really gotten the opportunity to come back and visit like I wanted to. So I just really like to thank you guys, especially as an absent chief. Let me be able to come back and see you. And also, I just want to thank my mom, because she's my mom, and she's the best. So, for those of you who know my issues, then that's you. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys a little story real quick, to kind of keep it lively. So this one time, we were on our way to Jesuit. I don't even know if you know this story, but we were on our way to Jesuit for a drill competition. And me being the fast that I am, decided that while fully dressed in uniform, I was also the basic drill commander, for those who don't know. So, I was about to present everyone who was drilling that day to the Marine Corps unit down there. So it was a little bit more of a bigger deal. So yeah, and I was on the bus and realized that I didn't shine my shoes. So I decided that I was going to take this kid who had his shoe polish with him. I was going to shine my shoes. Now, I'm in uniform. So I take my shoes off and put them on my lap and, just start, shining my shoes away, and I'm just going about my business, shining my shoes, and I get done, and I'm like, yeah, they look awesome. And I look down, and there is shoe polish all over my shirt.
Oh.
Covered in shoe polish. And the kid sitting next to me is like, don't worry about it, just tell him it's like rifle polish, it's okay. And I was like, this is not going to be okay. So I go up, and we're doing PI, and it's great. And this girl comes up to me, and she's a Marine Corps ROTC student. And for those of you who've never done PIs, like a drill competition, it's pretty intense anyway, and for it to be a Marine Corps unit and for it to be a girl is it just makes me feel better that I'm covered in rifle polish. And so she comes up to me and she's like, "So what's on your shirt?" And I was like, and I didn't know what to say. I was like, do I tell her that it's shoe polish? Do I lie and tell her it's rifle polish? Do I act like I don't even know what's on my shirt? So I told her, I was like, it's shoe polish, ma'am. And she's like, why? Like, she was like asking me ridiculous questions. Like, did you think that by polishing your shirt was going to make a difference? Like, and so here I am sitting in front of this lady, and she's ridiculing me about shoe polish on my shirt. And, at the end of the day, we did a really good job of judging it, so it doesn't really matter. So I was really excited, but no, I just thought I would tell you that one funny story about me. Most of you probably don't even know, but I'll try to polish my shirt with shoe shine. No, okay, so, for real, I just kind of wanted to tell you guys about my story, because mine's a little bit different than the past years that people have come and spoken. So I'm just going to try to keep it quick, and I know you guys will get on with everything. So, my parents were divorced when I was really little. So, and my stepdad's job moved us from Georgia to here. So, I always flew back and forth to see my dad and see my family. And I think I was a little more excited about flying back and forth than I actually was to see my family. I really was, you can ask anybody. But I just loved it. And so when my dad took me to the Naval Aviation Museum in Pensacola, Florida, before my 8th grade year, I fell in love and decided that I was going to be a fighter pilot in the Navy that day. And later on decided that to do that, I was going to go to the U.S. Naval Academy. And that was it. You can ask Master Chief, the day that I came into the unit, I was dead set. And I was going there and nobody was going to stop me. And all 4 years later, I was a senior in ROTC, I was executive commander, I was executive officer, I was drum commander, I was running the show, I was doing everything that I could, I was volunteering for everything, I was, band, I was doing track, I was there. I was going to the naval academy. So right before my senior year, I got the amazing opportunity to go to summer seminar. So I went, it was cool, and I'll tell you that story another day. But it didn't really do the thing that I wanted it to do. It didn't make me fall in love. I wasn't impressed, which you'd think that people in the naval academy should be impressed, and I wasn't. So then, through ROTC, and Master Chief Warrant Officer gave me another amazing opportunity to be able to go to a ROTC camp. It was a STEM camp at Amarillo Aeronautical University. It's in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's a little private aeronautical college. It's wide. It's cool. And I've never heard of it before. So I was really excited. And after going there, I knew that it was everything I had ever wanted. I mean, the school's on an airport, which I know this is really boring some of you, because I know you guys don't love planes as much as I do. Brad knows, because he loves planes just as much as I do, but he loves planes just as much as I do. That got me. Anyway, so yeah, it's the best place ever. I used to ask Mom. I came back, I was like, screw the out of me, I'm going to Amarillo. That's where it's at. So, decided that I was going to go down on an ROTC scholarship. So, I waited, or I applied. I applied as soon as I could, got in the first draft, waited, and waited, and waited, and waited, and waited. And then I sat down and waited some more. And on May 1st, whenever I was supposed to get a call to say, hey, congratulations, you got your scholarship, I got an email that said, I'm sorry, out of all the applicants, you didn't get your scholarship. And so I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. I ran into Master Chief Warrant Officer's office and cried. And I thought that I wasn't going to college anymore. I thought that it was over. I was done. I was ready to go back home and spend my life under my pillow. But I knew that wasn't okay. I knew that wasn't acceptable. And I knew that I had found a great place to go. So, anyway, that's really sad. But looking back, I'm actually really glad that I did it. Because it made me sort out who I was and what I wanted to do. It made me realize that the Navy wasn't what was for me. It made me realize that I wasn't supposed to go that path. And it put me in a position where I had to do things for myself. Bless you. I don't know what that was. But anyway, it put me in a position where I had to do things for myself. I got accepted to the school of my dreams. And without ROTC, I would have never even known about it. Without ROTC, I wouldn't have been able to do any of it. I wouldn't have been able to move on from not getting the scholarship. I wouldn't have been able to, put myself in a place where I could even think about what I was going to do next. It really put me in a position where I was going to do better. Right now, I'm pursuing a degree to work in testing for a manufacturer. In the fall, I'll start my flight training to get my flight ratings as a pilot. I've become a part of an amazing sorority and have actually rooted myself in an environment that cares just as much about what I'm doing as I do. They, like I said, they love planes. Some people more than they probably should. but they do, and it's awesome. It's amazing. ROTC helped me find my potential to strive, even when I thought my career was gone. It gave me the confidence I needed to do my own thing. Like I said, I had to pull out scholarships out of the air to be able to go to college. I had loans. But ROTC taught me how to manage that, how to deal with it, and how to talk and be able to get what I needed to be able to do what I wanted to do. College is a whole new beast, and I encourage every single one of you, whether you do it right after high school, or whether you go into the military first and then come back, or whether you take a few years off and work on the side for a job or whatever, and then you decide that you want to go back to school. I encourage all of you to go to college. It really is rewarding. It really is neat, because you get to do something that you want to do. And it's not like high school where you have to go sit in English class all day and wonder how this is going to apply, what you're going to do. But it really is, it's rewarding. And I can't stress this enough, even if you think you can't go, please go. There's no reason you can't. People say all the time, like, you can't, you can do what you set your mind to, sky's the limit, whatever. Now that I think about it, that's a brutal thing. People say the sky's the limit, but that's where we start. Because, we bump things. It's kind of funny. No, it really is, it's a cool thing to think about, though. There's financial aid, there's scholarships, go to college. Here, I'm done. But you should always be prepared to fight for your dreams. You should always be prepared to fight for them, but you should always be prepared to have an open mind as well. Because you never know whenever your dream might not work out the way that you planned it to. And you can still make it work out. You can still follow your dream. You can still be a toothbrusher person, or you can still be a dog watcher, walker, co-care person. I don't know what jobs are out there that you want to do, but whatever you want to do, you can be it. And it might not happen in the way that you thought it would, but you can always make it a different way. There's always a different way. Regardless of what happens, continue to do what you want to do. Like I said, stay prepared if your plan doesn't work out. Make sure you have the means to take another route. Just because your one plan didn't work out doesn't mean that was the only way. And one of my favorite quotes that I use from the Naval Academy, and I'll end with this, but don't give up the ship. Don't ever give up the ship. Because it's always yours, and it always will be yours. So don't ever give up on your dream. Just realize that it might not happen the way you